So hello, welcome back. In this video I wanted to talk about something that I found myself getting very angry and frustrated and annoyed at last night in a conversation I was having with my partner. And it was nothing to do with what she was saying. It was an outburst of mine from some inner built-up frustration about how to articulate to people what autism is. I'm doing these videos and hoping that anyone who listens to them as a whole collection, it will give them some better insight into Aspergers. And the discussion I was having went along the lines of, when I meet somebody and it comes up that and I tell them that I have autism and that I've got high functioning Aspergers, then you've obviously piqued their interest. So now's your opportunity to explain to them what autism is. And when you get put on the spot, it's very difficult to say it in such a concise way and put it into a package that is just quite easily comprehended and understood by a neurotypical person. I find that after about 30 seconds of talking to someone, I feel like I've already lost the impetus, and I already feel like I'm dragging on and sounding like a bit of a whinge bag, because as I'm explaining some of the symptoms and traits and difficulties that I have, I'm also, as I'm explaining to them, I'm also listening to them myself, and I often say to myself, you sound so trivial. What you're telling these people is coming across as someone who doesn't really like going out and meeting new people, doesn't like bright lights and loud noises, spends a lot of time on his hobby, and already that could be labelled as like 1,000 different things. They're just like general things that lots of people have their own experiences to compare against. And already I feel like people have already trivialised what I'm saying, because I can't get the gravitas of what I'm saying across. I have to, if someone really wants to know and they're prepared to listen and I've got their attention and it's in an environment conducive for me to talk to them, I will talk about it. I have no issues with talking about it. The more people that understand more, the better. But I feel like I'm on some kind of stopwatch. As soon as I start explaining what autism is or how it affects me, and I just got really wound up the other night because I still haven't developed a way of telling people and explaining to people so they can go away going, yeah, that was really interesting, I had a conversation with this guy who's got autism, and he explained to me what it's all about, and I've got a better understanding of it now. It's really difficult to do that because it's the sum of many small parts. There's no big things that are just autistic traits. It's lots of small things that I struggle on in a big way. And when you put all those lesser struggles together, it makes for one big struggle. And that's the best way I can really put it across to people now, is It's lots of many things, many ordinary everyday things to neurotypical people that I struggle with to a great deal, that when you add all them together it's a super big deal. And that's kind of the best way I found of trying to get it across to people at the moment. I do try and come up with different ways of explaining it to people, because the other thing I'm fighting against as well is, like, when you explain to people you've only recently been diagnosed, they go, what, you went 47 years and you didn't know you had autism, you know? And you know what they're thinking in their head. They're thinking, well, it can't be that bad. Look what he's done. He holds down a full-time job, he's in a full-time relationship, you know, he's got a child, he's owned his own house, you know, he plays a musical instrument, you know, he does, what's wrong with him, you know? And many people that be very envious of what he can do. And the reason I struggle to get across to people that the stuff I go through is because I'm really good at hiding it, and I've had lots of practice of masking it, you know. I spent my whole life unwittingly suppressing it and hiding it, dealing with it and getting around it. And there's lots of things that I do in my everyday life that I do to get around my autism, and they're just part of my routines now. You know, I don't think of them as getting around something. That's just what I do, and to just get through the day. I don't get through it each day and go, oh, you know, that was a really bad struggle for me. It's not that, and there's nothing people can do or say to change that, really. It's and then of course it's come full circle already. I'm struggling and running out of adjectives and ways to explain it, and I hope to get better at that as time goes on, because I do like communication, and I do like being descriptive, and I feel I just should have a better handle on how to describe it to people, and I am striving to do that better. And I just thought that might be an interesting small video just for you to listen to sort of, if you're ever listening to someone trying to explain autism, knowing that they're probably struggling really hard to make it not sound really trivial, to the point where myself, I've even thought about not explaining it. You know, you go away and do your own research if you want to know what it's about, because there are lots of highly educated specialists out there that are much better at it than me explaining it. You know, perhaps I'm too close to the subject to explain it. You know, I'm in it, I'm living it, and that's possibly what makes it hard for me to get it across to people. But anyway, I just wanted to get that off my chest, because it wound me up a bit last night when I've thought about it, and I thought, well, if it's winding me up and it's bothering me, it's probably worth putting down in a video so people can listen to it and have their own opinion and think about it for themselves. So thanks for watching, and see you soon.